What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Amongst all the things I have going on right now, the reverse rebuild that we're waiting on parts for, and just getting this thing back together before we bring it up north for the summer, we got some new taillights in. Now, the V1s and the CTS's first generation are notorious for the lenses flying off and blasting to pieces on the road. It happened to me on my black car, and I just got a junkyard taillight to replace it with, and it happened on the drift car at the last event. So I got I could have gotten another junkyard taillight, but figure why not use it as an opportunity for just a little bit more money to get some LED taillights for the car. So unfortunately, the really nice V2 looking, I forget the brand, but they looked like a V2 taillight, and the company that used to make those stopped making those because I would love to get my hands on a set of those for the black car. But for the drift car, I went with the Spec D tuning ones that are pretty much the only LED option available now that isn't just a factory taillight. And I got the red smoked light because I think a full red lens didn't look that great with this color on the car. So I went with the smoked, and honestly, I feel like it'll kind of blend in with the color of the car pretty well. Giant box came in today. We got this molded foam, and we have our taillight. So you can see it is the, like I mentioned, the smoked version. And the only thing I don't like, so let me pull this plastic off and I'll show you this. Because I feel like they did a good job with these lights, but the only thing I don't like is the fact that they have another turn signal. So you have the factory turn signal with an incandescent bulb right here, but then they added this other strip of LEDs as a second turn signal. So like literally when you put the turn signal on, let me undo this. When you put the turn signal on with these taillights, this one flashes and this one flashes. So I find that kind of weird. I kind of wish they just did away with this and left it all red and maybe made it like another strip for brake lights. I don't really know, and just left your regular turn signal, but whatever. At least the whole thing is smoked. And then there's like a running light, like a tube, kind of like newer cars in there. So looking at it, quality's not too bad. It has a full harness piece right here, and then it has the little grommet that pops into the chassis. So let's take a look. It's two 10 mil nuts that you will take off on your car, but I'll show you guys where the factory taillights get removed from, and then we'll get these installed and see what they look like. Now here inside the trunk of the Drift V, I have my destroyed taillight that I taped the pieces back together. Someone picked them up off the track, most of them off the track. And then I have this other good one, which I'm gonna keep as a spare for the black car, honestly, just because it is still in good shape. The lens could use a buff, but otherwise it's in good shape. So to take these out, you're gonna wanna come into your trunk, and it's just two 10 mils. So you can see the holes, this guy right here and this guy right here. Two 10 mils. The whole thing just slides out. There's like a little tab that slides into this hole here. Whole thing slides out, and then you're gonna wanna unplug your harness that is clipped up here, and then pull the rubber grommet out, and you're good. So take the tape off, the excess that I had, because I also had the housing, the lenses taped to the car itself. But let's grab that light and we'll slide it in. Probably just gonna wipe this down first with a rag, and then we'll slide the new light in. So you're gonna feed your plug in through here. Put your light there and just pop your grommet in. And then once that's in, kind of just send the studs in the holes. Line this top tab up to slide in here, and then just push, and then you should be in. Just as I suspected, the smoke matches the color of the car pretty well here. So I'll get my 10 mil nuts started. So with this light installed, gotta knock out this side. We're gonna close the trunk lid and we're gonna see how they work. All right, so we got our driver's side on. Now I noticed that in the electrical connector, there were some pins like coming out of here that didn't necessarily match up with anything here. I don't know if that's gonna be an issue, but I don't know, we'll find out. So let's go around here. Let's get some marker lights on. Oh, look at that. All right, so we got a marker light. Like I said, it's like that modern looking tube light. And we got 3 side LEDs on this one. Same deal. Marker light. Close the trunk down, just get the full effect. I'll get another shot when the sun goes down later, just so you can actually see it. But all right, I'm digging it. I have my doubts, but I am digging the look. I love the smoke on the purple. That really, I mean, this car's filthy right now, but that really looks good. So let's do like the 4 ways. Look at that. And okay, my 4 ways just had like a minor freak out moment. That was strange. That was the car, not the lights. But you see what I mean? Where it has like this turn signal here, but also here. Strange. I guess that's not a bad thing in Florida. Not that I drive this thing on the street, but geez, in Florida, I feel like people need all the heads up they can get when it comes to like you making any kind of maneuver on the road. But not using my turn signal much on the track. So we're good there. And let me see if I can get something to press down the brake pedal. All right. Nothing for the brake pedal that I can find real quick. So I'm gonna wait till the sun goes down. I'm gonna do this again and then we'll get a brake light test. Brake lights should light up. It looks like there's a row of LEDs side by side. They're gonna be outside the tube. I think the tube just stays as a running light. I don't think it gets any brighter, but not too bad. All right. It's finally dark enough outside. It's actually a little wild. The sky's like pink and there's like this glow out here. Here we are. Running lights are on. I like it. I am a fan. I like the tube style. It looks kind of like the newer Vs, or I guess it kind of almost looks like the V3s. Or no, V3s or the CT-5s, whatever. It looks like the newer ones. But I'm a fan of it. It is better. Let's look at the turn signals though, the part that ruins it for me. All right, so it's bugging out because I don't have the front turn signals in. Oh, there it goes. Okay, no, decided to stop bugging out. So here's the turn signals. It's just so weird to me. The, just, like this makes sense. This is factory, that makes sense. This one is just, it's so odd to me. And like, I feel like they have this here to act as like a resistor for this, because if they just did this, they would have to add a resistor for the circuit, or else it would hyperflash. So like, just get rid of that. Either way, I'm sure I can actually probably figure out a way to cut the wire that goes to those LEDs and just have the turn signal down here if I really wanted to. But again, track car only. It's not really gonna be necessary at all. So I like them. I do like them. If I get another pair for the black car, I'll probably get the exact same pair, the smoked red. But yeah, I would look into cutting the turn signal wire going to that LED bar, because I think it's just unnecessary at that point. But I think I'll definitely consider them. Let me try and get something to show you guys the brake light. All right, so this was a quick one, just a little filler video while this part came in. I just wanted to give it its own video in that sense. But the eBay Spec-D taillights for the first gen CTS-V, I'm a fan. I like them, and we're gonna rock them on the Drift V and maybe get a set for the street car as well. So either way, I I am expecting between Friday and Saturday, the rest of the parts for my transmission should be in, and I think Saturday, the final fitting for the Stansco rear crossover replacement line should be in. So with that, I'll be able to finish up the brake system, the brake line in the rear, and then I should be able to get all the new snap rings on the transmission. I should be able to get the transmission sealed up, put back in the car, filled up, all that jazz, and hopefully get this thing back on the ground sooner than later. So we're going into a holiday weekend, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it all done this weekend, but at least within the next week, I want to have this thing back on the ground and hopefully be able to move out of this garage on its own power with a functioning reverse after all the money and time and effort we're putting into replacing this reverse gear. So if you guys are interested in seeing more about that, check out the last video about tearing the transmission apart, and then stay tuned for the upcoming videos of putting this car back together and preparing for our summer up in the Northeast. So once again, thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys found it helpful. Quality of the lights, good. They'll do the trick for me. And I will put a link to these particular lights that I purchased, the smoked ones. I'll put the eBay link down below. And other than that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more content, drifting content, V content. Check out stansco.jp or stansco.us and find all the parts for your CTS-V if you're interested in drifting, or we have some other stuff for you non-drifters on there. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.